Now, do you do a master template for Christmas? I'll start that once the leaves are down, so I don't have to cut around it.
Good evening. Welcome to tonight's City Council meeting. Today is Monday, November 3rd, 2025. I invite everyone to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for a brief prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for the privilege and the opportunity to serve you and serve the city. We ask for your wisdom and guidance on the decisions before us this evening. We ask this in your name. Amen. Rhonda, can I have a roll call, please?
Jim Bradley.
Here.
Kathy Fleischer. Here. Dick McLean.
Here.
Don Moore.
Here.
John DeCurie.
Here.
Scott Rowley. Kevin Pyros.
Here. May I have a motion for the approval of minutes from the October 20th, 2025 council meeting?
So moved. Second.
Any corrections? Rhonda, can I have a roll call, please?
Kathy Fleischer.
Yes.
Dick McLean.
Yes.
Don Moore.
Yes.
John DeCurie.
Yes.
Jim Bradley.
Yes.
Kevin Pyros.
Yes. May I have a motion for the schedule of bills to be paid totaling $63,383.20.
So moved.
Second. Any questions? Rhonda, can I have a roll call, please?
Dick McLean.
Yes.
Don Moore.
Yes.
John DeCurie.
Yes.
Jim Bradley.
Yes.
Kathy Fleischer.
Yes.
Kevin Pyros.
Yes. Okay, we have a number of items on old business. First up is ordinance O-58-25. An ordinance authorizing the mayor to purchase two Q's Flexitrax C550 camera systems for use by the city's service department in the city's storm and sanitary sewer lines from the Safety Company LLC, doing business as M-Tech Company. This is the third and final reading submitted by the mayor. May I have a motion, please? So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Rhonda, can I have a roll call?
Don Moore.
Yes.
John DeCurie.
Yes.
Jim Bradley.
Yes.
Kathy Fleischer.
Yes.
Dick McLean.
Yes.
Kevin Pyros.
Yes. Next is ordinance O-60-25, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to purchase for installation by the city's service department cellular water/sewer meters, supporting equipment, and a service plan from Metron Smart Meters and Systems. This is the third and final reading submitted by the mayor. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Rhonda, can I have a roll call, please?
John DeCurie.
Yes.
Jim Bradley.
Yes.
Kathy Fleischer.
Yes.
Dick McLean.
Yes.
Don Moore.
Yes.
Kevin Pyros.
Yes. The last of old business is ordinance O-62-25, an ordinance prohibiting the review or access of city email accounts of city employees or elected officials without consent or lawful approval pursuant to Ohio Public Records Law. Second reading submitted by Councilman DeCurie. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Rhonda, can I have a roll call?
Jim Bradley.
Yes.
Kathy Fleischer.
Yes.
Dick McLean.
Yes.
Don Moore.
Yes.
John DeCurie.
Yes.
Kevin Pyros.
Yes. Okay, that concludes old business. We're going to move on to new business. First up is resolution R-41-25, a resolution authorizing the mayor on behalf of the city of Cortland and its fire department to enter into an emergency medical and paramedic services contract with Mecca Township. This is submitted by the fire chief. May I have a motion, please?
So moved. Second.
Questions? Chief?
This is our current contract expires the end of this year. So this is replacing the current contract that we have with them, with some modifications. They're breaking out the west side to another department. And it's a one-year contract instead of 3, so, you know, the cost of it is at the point where they would have to bid it every year, under the rules that they follow. So it's a one-year contract. We're going to see how it goes. Go from there.
Hey, Chief, any questions from council? Okay, Rhonda, can I have a roll call?
Jim Bradley.
Yes.
Kathy Fleischer.
Yes.
Dick McLean.
Yes.
Don Moore.
Yes.
John DeCurie.
Yes.
Kevin Pyros.
Yes. Next is is Resolution R-42-25, a resolution establishing the public posting policy for hiring positions for the city of Cortland, Ohio. This is submitted by Councilman Fakiri and Councilwoman Fletcher. May I have a motion, please?
Second.
Kathy, go on.
So, Kathy and I have talked about this in the past, we feel like it's most transparent if we post our positions, so we just wanted to put a resolution forward. I also wanted to mention that I think one of the more important sections of this is, or points to this is section 3, number 4, which talks about all resumes or applications shall be received via a specified group email address or U.S. Postal Service. The specified group email address shall include the mayor, at least one full-time employee of the city, and the clerk of council. Any resumes or applications received via U.S. Postal Service shall be forwarded to this same group. So the reason for that is we do know, as in the search for the service director, that at least one qualified candidate submitted their resume in June, but it did not reach the pile of applicants. So this, I think, will prevent that from happening in the future, that there will be some redundancy on what's being submitted moving forward, so that it's something, much less likely for something to get lost.
No, I think it's clear.
Any other questions?
No.
Go ahead.
You can tell me after the meeting if you don't want to say publicly, but I'd like to know whose resume was missing.
So, I mean, I think we had talked about this in the past, that someone had submitted it, I think, in June. And then, they ended up forwarding it to you again in September when we did the, review of applications, because theirs was not.
Any other questions?
No, but can I make some comments?
Yeah.
Okay, public posting is not required for unclassified or contract positions under Ohio law. It gives the municipalities flexibility to directly recruit or contract with qualified professionals when immediate expertise is required, to satisfy statutory or regular, I can't even speak tonight, statutory or regulatory obligations. When there are time sensitivity and compliance situations, which we currently have. At present, the city must hire a part-time Class 2 wastewater collections operator to address the notice of violation issued to the city for the April 26, 2025 sanitary sewer overflow. This is a highly specialized position. It will take months for our current employees to obtain the necessary training, testing, and hours for their certification. There are only 61 individuals in the county who hold this license or higher certification, many of whom are already employed full-time by neighboring communities, such as the Mosquito Creek Wastewater Treatment Plant, which is where our sewage goes, the Brookfield Wastewater Treatment Plant, the Warren Water Pollution Control Department, the City of Hubbard Wastewater Treatment Facilities. So, given these limitations, I feel like the city is gonna have to negotiate directly with qualified, professional willing to assist on a part-time basis. Plus, there are certifications that begin, there are wastewater certifications, collection certifications, there are wastewater reclamation, certifications, which are higher than the, wastewater Class 2 collections, that can also apply. So, that's a pretty wide range of, expertise and as such, salary. Targeted recruitment is more effective for specialized roles such as this. Targeted recruitment through professional networks, is consistently proven more efficient and successful than open public posting. As an example, that process was used to successfully hire our former service director, Kim Blasco, in 6 weeks. Broader challenges. We've seen this with the Director of Public Service postings. We have a limited candidate pool. We had numerous unqualified applicants. And it's taken us a very long time. So, although I understand why you want to be transparent, it's not always in the best interest of the city. While I also remain committed to accountable government, regulatory compliance, and efficient operations, when circumstances require immediate or specialized expertise, it's important that we have the ability to do direct recruitment for contractual engagement, which is allowed under the state laws of Ohio.
The wastewater the part-time wastewater, would that be part of section 2 where it talks about these are vacant positions otherwise controlled by the civil service rules and collective bargaining agreements? So would this part-time, with the certification under the service department, would that fall into that section? Sure.
I think it's likely that we're gonna have to hire a consultant to do this, or people that work for, full-time jobs elsewhere.
So I guess there's a lot there, but first of all, I think transparency is always the best policy.
Absolutely.
And there's nothing preventing us from still doing targeting recruiting. We're just posting the position for 10 days, a minimum of 10 business days. That doesn't say that we can't, in addition, do targeted recruiting. And the limited candidate pool is, again, why I pointed out section 3, number 4. We know at least one qualified candidate didn't make it into the pile of people to review. I don't know if there's more, quite frankly. So this is going to prevent that. That's why I think that this needs to be on the books. And while it's not required under Ohio law, if we pass it, it will be required in the city of Portland.
I think 10 days is acceptable. You said Kim was 6 weeks, and 10 days really was 1/6 of that process if we had to post it for 10 days. Still in that process.
Kevin, real, just 1 second on this, I'll ask John and Kathy, since they're the author of it. If we had to contract, this is applying to positions that the city would be actively hiring for, that would be employees of the city. So, if you go ahead and, if you need to go and hire a contractor, you would still be able to do that because this wouldn't apply to that. This is only applicable to hiring for positions that are gonna be working for the actual city. The contractor would still be working for themselves, so you wouldn't have to worry about that. I do think you can still recruit, you can still actively recruit and target candidates. This is simply just a posting function. It doesn't mean you would have to hire somebody that applies through the actual posting on a website or something like that. You can still go ahead and recruit.
It just lets people know that there is a job open, even if you are targeting somebody, at least the opportunity was given.
So the expectation to interview people that aren't qualified is not there?
No, I
No.
think it's just
Okay.
to post a position to make it available to everyone, and make it an open and transparent process.
For qualified and unqualified, but at least it puts it out there for anybody who's interested.
And then one person's not responsible, they miss an email, when you're in Outlook, if you open it and you click on a different email, it makes it look like you read something that you didn't really read, then you didn't notice, I think it's better that more people would get their hands on the application, so we don't have that problem.
And Mayor, I guess my expectation when I put, the email group should be the mayor and at least one full-time employee of the city of Portland. I would assume it would probably be this department. But I just, made it generic so that it could cover it.
Any other questions from council? Thank you for your work on this. Rhonda, can I roll call, please?
Kathy Fleischer?
Yes.
Rick McLean?
Yes.
Don Moore?
Yes.
John Burcheri?
Yes.
Jim Bradley?
Yes.
Kevin Tyler?
Yes. Okay, next is resolution R-43-25, a resolution authorizing the finance director to advance the sum of $75,000 from the general fund to the salt storage bin fund, submitted by the finance director. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Kevin, there's a slight amendment that needs to be made to this that, got caught at the, last minute.
Wait, a minute, this is just for the advancement, correct?
But don't you still need that?
No,
Do you need that,
No,
that
the
amount?
the grant was for $75,000, so 75 will need to come to the general fund to go into that.
Which will cover the other part of it, as
Correct.
well as disregard.
Thanks, John. May I have a motion, please?
We already have.
Okay. We're both, okay. All right. Questions? Other kind of roll call, please.
Rick McLean?
Yes.
Don Moore?
Yes.
John Burcheri?
Yes.
Jim Bradley?
Yes.
Kathy Fleischer?
Yes.
Kevin Tyler?
Yes. Okay, next is resolution R-44-25, a resolution allowing the liquor permit application number 1000417-1 at the Pearl Street Market at 124 Pearl Street to proceed without hearing. This is submitted by the mayor. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions?
Kevin, because we did have a hearing and I did see some things on social media where some people were asking questions. I don't know if there's someone in the audience that wanted to speak to this, but I think we ought to give them an opportunity to speak at this time before we vote on it, if there is something.
Okay, we'll entertain any comments on this particular, resolution.
I feel like I've explained.
This,
From my understanding, this is something that we didn't used to vote on,
right,
so, and now this
No.
time, we're doing it, and,
just.
To be transparent.
Yes,
um,
yes, we didn't.
this is usually something like we get in an email or
Patrick,
something.
you-
Well, the city, so the city's asked, requested, that this owner wants to start a business with, two classifications for their liquor permit, a D2 and a D1. And so they notify, this would be true in a township or a village, in this case, or the city, they notify the city to see if the city has any objections and may want to require a hearing. The liquor board will conduct a hearing if the city were to say, because of A, B, and C, we want a hearing. So usually it's flagged to the mayor, to council, through Rhonda and, Chief Morris. And so, we decided, since it was the burden's on Rhonda to notify the liquor board, that we would run it by council in a public forum.
And this
So
is
just a business that wants to start up a liquor permit at 124 Pearl Street. I don't know anything more about it.
You know what the permits are, D2, D1, or the tier 1?
And it just goes to the council and the council.
Usually we.
Right, and if
there's no
anybody,
objection.
yeah, if anyone has an objection,
Oh.
if there's a citizen that has an objection, they could say, oh, we don't want one going there for these reasons. And council will say, well, let's have a hearing, and then there'll be a hearing led by the liquor board.
What's it for? What business is going in?
It's the Pearl Street Market that just opened.
Do we-
Hardwoods over there?
Do we know what they wanna do? They just wanna sell
Are they-
wine or
yeah,
like
selling
in
or
bottles? We don't know.
serving?
This didn't come to me, I know nothing about it. This is enabling legislation that also allows Rhonda to sign the application, so I'm unsure.
But shouldn't we find out what they plan on doing before you submit them a liquor license?
Yeah, we won't be the ones who actually approve it.
Yeah, we don't issue liquor license.
why are we,
Normally, this doesn't even come.
Normally, you,
We don't even
yeah, if you
have-
look back in
we don't
history,
even
we've
vote on
never
this
actually
normally.
done
Wine
these
and mixed
before.
beverages on and off premise.
but the city should know what's going on. I mean, we're,
Maybe you should have them come here and
Yeah.
say what they're doing.
I mean, that's
Portland for them to serve.
Yeah.
my opinion as far as, I would like to know what they plan on doing.
Does it say if it's an A, B, or C?
The
D1, D2.
D2,
What is that?
I think that's just a cell.
D2 is sale of wine and mixed beverages for both on-premise and off-premise consumption.
I think
So
we
it's the
should
same
be-
thing Sparkle Market does?
Yeah.
Well, you can't drink it
Can't
at
drink it.
Sparkle.
Can't drink it
I don't think.
Well,
You might try.
You can.
Yeah, you
Don't wanna be caught.
D1's beer. D1's beer and,
Same thing.
for on or off premises and original or sealed containers, so. It's just a normal D1, D2 request for that business is looking to get. We wouldn't be the ones who would actually approve or assign the liquor license.
It sounds like they wanna sell craft beer and wines and possibly drink there at events, but that's just my opinion.
Is this a liquor license, will this be another Trex? Will this be a Trex license?
No, it's not,
It's not?
no. This was received on October 22nd. We have 30 days to respond. If you wanted to, table it and consider it at your November 17th meeting, and then Rhonda could send it down on the 18th. If you had any questions, I mean, all you're asking for is whether you're gonna have a hearing or not conducted by the liquor board for this permit at this location.
Personally, I don't think we need to do that. I'll let me say it for, like for myself, I don't think, we've never done that in the past.
No.
I don't think we need to.
And I think that they would probably object to it, if we've never done it, all of a sudden we do it for them.
If you had reason, if you
Yeah,
had
well, if
rationale
we,
to do it.
if we had reason,
I don't think we had
Anything wrong
reason.
with doing it.
yeah. I didn't hear any objections, so I will,
John Moore,
yes.
John Kerry,
Yes.
Jim Bradley.
Yes.
Kathy Fleischer.
Yes.
Dick McLean,
Yes.
Kevin Pyro.
Yes. Next is ordinance O-63-25, an ordinance amending annual appropriation ordinance O-5625 for the city of Cortland, county of Trumbull, state of Ohio, for the fiscal year ending on the 31st day of December 2025. This is an emergency submitted by the finance director. We have a motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion on the emergency, please.
So moved. Second.
This is just to increase appropriations for grant funding, so we can appropriate and expend it.
Therefore, it is an emergency because we have to have it on the books.
Correct.
Any questions? Ron, we have a roll call on the emergency, please.
Jim Bradley. Kathy Fleischer.
Yes.
Dick McLean,
Yes.
John Moore,
Yes.
John Kerry.
Yes.
Kevin Pyro.
Yes. And now roll call on the ordinance.
John Kerry,
Yes.
Jim Bradley,
Yes.
Kathy Fleischer,
Yes.
Dick McLean,
Yes.
John Moore,
Yes.
Kevin Pyro.
Yes. Okay, next is ordinance O-64-25, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with ClearSpan to construct and install a roof for a new salt storage bin for the service department located at Willow Park. This is an emergency submitted by the mayor. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second. May I have a motion on the emergency, please?
Guys, we need the emergency because we are trying to comply with an EPA H2O hydrochloride grant. There's a 12-week lead time on this, and we need to get it started.
How come everything's always an emergency?
Yeah.
Please explain why this needs to be an emergency.
Why didn't we do it in June, July, August?
I was a little tied up with some other things at the time.
So
can have a motion for the emergency to be able to start the discussion, that doesn't mean you have to approve the emergency. So, I would suggest that we at least motion for the emergency, and then the emergency comes up for its own vote. And at that point, you can determine whether or not, so.
I agree with
I would say let's give it a motion.
I'll second.
Okay, so now,
This
discussion.
is the one that needs amended, so,
Amen.
it's a $75,000, it's a 75% reimbursement with a maximum of $75,000. So the total cost, of this is not to exceed $81,830.77. So 75% of that is $61,373.08, not $75,000. So I'd like to, I gotta make a motion to amend. I'd like to make a motion to amend the ordinance 6425 to read under section 2, 13,638.46 instead of 4,553.84 for 2011 620-300, and amend the next line to read $6,819.23 instead of $2,276.93 for 2021-620-300. And then the last line amended to $61,373.08 instead of $75,000 for 2908-620-300.
Patty, is that correct?
Those are the numbers I gave them, if that's the
John, you're
I'm making the motion.
Can I have a motion on John's motion? For a
He made
second.
the second, he made the motion.
A second for John's motion to readdress the issue.
Mayor, when are they supposed to get started on this? Do you know?
Yes, I did know. Okay, first let me just back up. DPD is doing the base, the base has already been engineered, they're going out to bid for that. So we'll start that construction very, very soon, okay, hopefully in November. And then, again, like I said, it's a 12-week lead time for this hoop, for this roof structure, and
So you're hoping that,
it should be
that
complete
it'll
by
come
the end
in
of
by the time they're
January.
done building the base?
Hopefully the base is done sooner. But this will allow us to be complete.
To get it ordered in time. That's the reason for the emergency, to get it
Correct.
ordered so that it we.
Completed by the end of January. EPA was gracious and gave us an extra month on top of what we requested, February 2026. Just in case inclement weather, holiday season, that kind of stuff. So,
I am confused because we are in the process of going to be accepting delivery of salt and at the same point replacing the salt storage bin. I'm confused on how that's going to play out.
okay. Our current salt bin it has 3 bins. They're gonna demo those 2 bins. They're gonna leave 1 bin so we can continue to receive salt for our salt runs. Once the completion of the new building is complete, then I'll demo the remaining salt bin.
So the salt that we're getting, are we putting it into 1 bin and leaving the other 2 empty in preparation for this?
Yes,
And will the 1 salt bin hold sufficient?
5 runs, and then we can,
So is that gonna affect our ordering of salt delivery to kind of coincide and not get enough that we're overloading 1 bin and trying to build the 2 bins or the replacement?
we call in, we've got 550 tons plus an extra 10% that we have on our order. We can call and have it delivered.
Okay, so we control
Whatever.
the delivery. Okay.
Whatever the quantity and however frequent we need it.
So it could be daily if you wanted it. Okay.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
I just just worried about trying to manage
Right.
the salt deliveries with limited salt storage while we're building a new salt storage
We were
facility.
trying to figure that out.
And the new one is gonna be like in the same area as the old one, correct? We
Correct.
decided we weren't gonna move it.
It's gonna be pretty much in the same area, yeah. We talked about putting it in a different area, but they wanna maintain, you know, the ability to go around it, so the yard functions as it's currently functioning.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is the location of this new salt bin, does that impact the idea that we may move the service department to some other location?
No, because the base of this is gonna be the 2-foot concrete blocks, the interlocking blocks are kinda like Legos. So this could be moved to another location, and so could those blocks. The only thing we would have to do is pour new concrete.
Thank you.
Any other questions regarding the salt storage?
I got one. You got the lab down there. How come you don't put it down there?
Because we don't have a wide enough access road, and, it's too steep of a hill
For what?
Truck?
Semi delivery.
for the truck. Yeah, and a semi to deliver it. I looked at it with Kim Glasgow.
It was talked about.
Well, she ain't the brightest light bulb in the box. I don't know if that's correct.
Well, you've had semis go down there before delivering asphalt
In
grindings
the
for
middle
road
of winter?
projects.
In the middle of winter though, I don't know.
Yeah, we don't do that. In the middle of winter.
I
Well,
don't
you got
know.
a mountain asphalt grindings down there, they delivered down there and didn't have no problem.
That's in the summer.
Huh?
That's during the summertime though. This is like icy winter, you're gonna have a truck, semi getting in and out of there.
It's like, I think Dick brought up moving the service, I know that you guys talked before about moving the service garage to the lab, but like, the cost of tearing the salt dome down, rebuilding it, the cost of the concrete, the labor. Yeah.
Well, that location's gonna be there regardless because there's a well there, so it's not
Yeah, we
like that
can't
location's
abandon
gonna go
Miller
away,
Park completely.
so.
We can shrink the footprint of Miller Park, but there's a well there,
Yeah.
so that's always gonna have a
A building
footprint.
around it.
And our one discussion was service. This was never set in stone. A previous discussion was service possibly going to where the existing fire department is.
Right, you're
Not
correct.
at the lab.
Right.
So, that's part of it too. So if that were to happen, then that's not a good spot for
There's
the
no
salt
room,
bin.
there's no room
That's correct.
But that was part of the discussion too, service goes to the fire department.
And Little Park is more centrally located.
Yes.
I would agree with that. I think logistically it kind of makes sense for it to be.
Regardless of if the plows are there or not, it doesn't matter, you can just leave from wherever the plows are and come get the salt, it's not a big deal.
All right, any other questions? All right, Rhonda, can I have a roll call on the emergency, please?
Yeah, it hasn't been voted on. You see if it,
Okay, this is for the emergency.
The emergency, please.
Kathy Fleischer,
Yes.
Dick McLean,
Yes.
Don Moore,
Yes.
John Burcheri,
Yes.
Jim Bradley,
Yes.
Kevin Kyler.
Yes. And then roll call on the ordinance, please.
That'd be the amendment.
emergency, yeah,
the amendment.
to the ordinance.
Yes. So roll call on the amendment to the original ordinance.
Kathy Fleischer.
Yes.
Dick McLean.
Yes.
Don Moore,
Yes.
John Burcheri,
Yes.
Jim Bradley,
Yes.
Kevin Kyler.
Yes. Now roll call on the ordinance, or that was it.
No,
No.
No,
That was
Ordinance.
the amendment, John.
Now the ordinance.
Now the ordinance.
Jim Bradley,
Yes.
Kathy Fleischer.
Yes.
Dick McLean,
Yes.
Don Moore,
Yes.
John Burcheri,
Yes.
Kevin Kyler.
Yes. All right, that concludes our new business. Department reports first up. Patty, Finance Department.
I spoke with the auditors today again, on the status of our audit, and they're hoping hoping by the end of October they will be done. He's finishing up a lot of
October or
little ones
November?
right now.
Oh, yeah.
October.
November.
We're in
Or November, yes,
Okay.
I lost my whole month. We finished by the end of November.
Feels like October.
It does. Speaking of November, we're gonna start working on the end of the year. So if everybody could finish up their spending and get all their invoices in, I would appreciate it, so we, don't have any lingering into the new year. So if you guys could just get those in, and like no extra spending, emergency purchases, so try and get everything in so we can have them all paid in December. I will do again what I've done every year. If we do have some lingering invoices, I will give you the payment register at the beginning of January of the reorg to show you what we've paid. Other than that, I'd be happy to entertain any questions.
Any questions you had? Thanks, Patty. Next up, Chief Morris, Police Department.
I would just like to ask one last time for your support tomorrow. We would certainly appreciate that. Otherwise, I'll entertain any questions you might have.
Any questions? Chief? All right, Chief Ray, Fire Department.
Well, you're getting off easy. I didn't bring my glasses. I don't have paper up here. So, thank you for your support of the resolution. Mecca's going to take care of their end at their next meeting, so that'll uninterrupted service. Other than that, I don't have anything else to report, but I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions? Thanks, Chief. Mayor, I'm gonna just combine you with anything from the Service Department, and then we'll roll right into the mayor's report.
No, I think we've already talked about this all done. I have nothing else to report. If you have any questions, let me know.
I believe the brush tripping is done for the season.
We are done, correct.
If you have any branches, kind of hold on to them for the spring, and we'll resume in the spring. Any committee reports? I will speak on behalf of the Safety Service Committee because the chairman is not here this evening. We met earlier this evening with the mayor, the finance director, and the fire chief to talk about options going forward for the fire station. So the meeting was earlier today.
Kevin, I'd like to move that we go into executive session to discuss employment, inviting council, mayor, the law director, and the finance director. I'll second the motion.
Roll call on that, please.
Dick McLean,
Yes?
John Moore,
Yes.
John Terry,
Yes.
Jim Bradley,
Yes.
Kathy Fleischer,
Yes.
Kevin Federer.
Yes. Okay, we will adjourn into executive session, we'll talk about employment, and then we will resume our meeting as soon as we're done there. No actions or decisions will be made during the executive session. We'll return shortly.